by abstaining from patience.
Broadcasting 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. This is Salaam Radio.
Yes, indeed, this is Salaam Radio. Welcome to Community Matters, the radio show for all communities across Peterborough and beyond, with me, Adrian Holdstock. Community Matters asks questions that matter to our community life. As always, there are many topics and issues to discuss, and we have another couple of great guests joining me this evening. My first guest is here with me in the studio. She is Shugufta Malik, the Friendship Club co-ordinator at Age UK. Welcome to Shugufta.
Thank you, Adrian.
Hi. So, Friendship Clubs are an initiative of Age UK, and in this area we're covered by the Cambridgeshire and Peterborough Age UK, whose offices are a very near neighbour of mine in the Lindens on Lincoln Road. But Shugufta, how did you come involved with Age UK and Friendship Clubs?
First of all, Age UK is a charity that supports the elderly people in Peterborough.
Mm-hmm.
My background is working with young children as an early years practitioner, so was looking for a bit of a change. So I decided to work with children, with elderly people over the age of 60. So let's see how it goes.
Gosh, so what sort of age children were you working with?
Under the age of 5.
Under the age of 5?
Yeah. And obviously those families that have children under the age of 5 as well.
Of course, so it's not just dealing with the toddlers, it's
supporting the families as well that are obviously hard to reach.
Wow. Yeah. And you just felt like a change?
Yeah.
Gosh.
Yeah, working with Bernardo's for 10 years, and I just saw this job, and it sort of interested me, and in a way it's quite a rewarding job as well. I think there's a need in this community. There's things happening for all the other age groups, but nothing is being organized for older Asian women. They're just stuck at home all the time, and all they do is just cook, clean, and just do the housework. So I think it's time for them to come out, make friends, enjoy their life as well.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
So Friendship Clubs are focused on supporting older people.
Yeah.
That's 60 and over.
Yeah, it could be somebody in their 50s as well, but because Age UK are working with 60 plus, but we can't, if somebody comes who's in their late 50s, we won't turn them away. They can come and join our groups as well.
And you mentioned particularly, and is this a project that you've been given, because you've only been working for Age UK for a couple of weeks?
Yeah, I've only been with them for the last few weeks. Age UK has got 11 friendship groups already in Peterborough, which are mixed for men and women. That's probably why the Asian ladies they hesitate to go in one of those groups.
Right.
So we've been given the opportunity, and I feel really excited to do something specifically for the older Asian women, because it's ladies only, and they'll be more confident and more comfortable coming to this group.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
And it's going to meet right here where we are in the Iqbal Centre on Cromwell Road.
Yeah, it's going to be at Cromwell Road at the Iqbal Centre, which is the heart of a community. A lot of ladies won't have problem obviously coming to this building, as well as they're familiar with this building, and it's obviously right near the mosque as well. And it's starting on the 7th of October, which is going to be every Monday starting from the 7th of October, and it's going to be at 157 Cromwell Road, and the time will be from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Yeah.
So there's lunch included?
There's going to be lots of different things. They can come, they can bring a friend along or a family member, as long as it's a female. They can come in, have a chit chat, There's going to be lots of different activities, but obviously home cooked lunch would be provided. Obviously all the allergies and everything would be kept in mind. Lots of different things happening, like gentle chair exercises, aromatherapy, reflexology, flower arranging, lots of different craft. But main priority is what those ladies want. we're gonna ask them what their interests are, what sort of things they would like to be doing. So obviously we can arrange, to do things like that. We're gonna be taking them out and about as well on day trips with their own preference wherever they want to go. For example, if they want to go to a local garden centre to have an afternoon tea.
Okay.
Yeah. So I feel really excited about doing this group, and I can't wait for it to start. I just obviously, at the moment, we're preparing for it and trying to promote it as much as we can. So,
what goes on in the background to prepare for a friendship club? Have you got a team of volunteers that will help you?
Yes, we have got quite a few volunteers that are interested. Well, all of the other groups that are in Peterborough, they run by the volunteers, but most of them are run by the volunteers, and they're running really well. They're really busy. I've been to quite a few since I've started working with Age UK just to see how they go, and I've been amazed with the attendance and the people that sit there and enjoy, and they've made friends. And the day when the groups are not on, they actually arrange to meet outside the groups. So they arrange to meet at a coffee shop or have a meal together because they miss it that much. And the feedback from those elderly people is so good and is so strong that I feel that my group will be successful as well.
Right.
Yeah.
But how does it start for people who've become lonely or isolated? They've got it into their mind, I don't do groups, I don't go out.
Yeah. That is one of the challenges I think I will be facing, that especially in our community, the ladies, especially the older ladies, they prefer to stay in. So obviously it's going to be challenging to actually, encourage them to come out and come to these groups, because obviously isolation is not very good. Some of the elder ladies that live on their own, it's going to be hard for them to come out, but obviously I'm there to support them. I'm there to come and do the home visit, or we can have the volunteers to come and accompany them to the Iqbal Centre if they want to come to the groups. And once they're here, hopefully they'll make friends, they'll socialise with others, so they would want to look forward to come back again for the following week.
Yeah, I can imagine that once people have made those friends and seen the choice of activities and realise there's something that really interests them, they're in, and that really works.
Yes.
But I'm thinking of the two big challenges that you've got, and the first one is knowing that they are there in their isolation. And just not getting out.
That's it.
And feeling depressed about that. I imagine it must affect mental health as well.
It does, yeah. It affects them quite badly. And to be honest, we've got quite a few volunteers, and obviously we have people from social services, from the GPs, they all refer these people in. And sadly, sometimes it's quite hard to get in touch with them. But it's just going to be... It's going to be a challenge trying to find out where there is a need to actually, there's people that can benefit from this group. So we can actually go and do the home visit, just familiarise ourselves to those people, and then, try and encourage them to come and have a look and give it a go, see how it is.
So you might have people themselves showing an interest.
Yeah.
You might have, as you say, social services, GPs, hospital perhaps, referring people.
That's it.
But friends and neighbours could refer people as well.
Yeah, definitely. That's where I want support from our Asian community, especially obviously people that are listening. Please encourage your elders or accompany them. I'd request daughters, daughter-in-laws, bring your mums along to these groups, even accompany them for the first one, see how it goes, And once they're here, they might know of other ladies that are in, they come to the group. So obviously, to be honest, in this community, everyone knows everyone. So, so they might find a friend. They might see an old friend, and then they might come together or something like that. And obviously, we won't restrict it just for the Asian ladies. They can bring, any friend along. We'll be inviting other ladies as well from the other groups, that are 11 groups that are running in Peterborough. We'll be inviting them to have lunch with us, share lunch, and talk to each other.
So the initial target is Asian ladies, and I know we have a large Asian community around here, but it is open. It's for people to feel comfortable.
That's it.
We're saying this is a ladies only
Ladies only, yes.
friendship club.
Friendship
there
club.
are other friendship clubs where
Yeah.
men can go,
Yeah,
but the ladies don't just have to be from the Asian background and the Asian community.
no, they could be from different backgrounds and communities as well.
Mm.
You know, it's a friendship club, so, you know, we would welcome ladies
Sure.
from the other backgrounds. there.
And a younger member of the family or neighbour could come and stay, not just
Yeah,
bring them, but
definitely, yeah.
stay with them.
Yeah, come and
Okay.
stay with them. Just
So
do-
that's all about helping the confidence.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's you know, just to help them to actually be confident enough to stay in this group,
Mm.
and then later on they can come by themselves, or, you know, those friends and family, they can come with them, stay with them.
Now the next challenge that I see
Mhm.
is when people first come.
Yeah.
It could be in their minds, I don't want to do group activities.
Yeah.
I don't want to be told I've got to do sitting in the chair exercises or singing or
Yeah.
whatever. How do you deal with that sort of challenge?
It's not going to be a group where they have to do this. You know, that's why I said it's going to be quite open. We're gonna ask them what their interests are, what things they would like to be doing,
Okay.
because you know, it's their group at the end of the day.
Mm.
You know, they can choose. It's just that we've got these things in mind. So obviously, if they come, and we've got some religious activities. You know, some recitation if they want to do. You know, something religious, they can do that as well. Talking to each other, because I know obviously they come and they want to offload a lot of stuff, you know, to their friends and
Right.
share a lot of things. So they'll be welcome to give ideas, and we can work on them. And if they want to go out for a walk, they don't want to sit on a chair, that's fine. We can just go on a walk as well. That's fine too.
It sounds as if you're giving people, you're empowering
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
to look after their lives, to feel more fulfilled.
Yeah. The main aim is to support their well-being and independence, and making them aware of, you know, obviously there's going to be quite a few people that are going to be coming in. I've lined quite a few people to come and talk to them about their health and well-being.
Okay.
You know, risks. Obviously, some people could be living on their own, so there could be things about fire safety. You know, obviously there's lots of risks and things like that. So how to stay safe. And those people are actually, you know, Asian people that can speak their home language as well. And they've all actually agreed to come and you know, do a little talk. Obviously after they had their lunch. So obviously, just to say, there's going to be a traditional Asian lunch as well,
Wow.
which is going to be nice, and it's going to be home cooked.
I mean, just looking at the poster here that's describing the launch, it starts on Monday the 7th of October.
That's right.
Here at the Iqbal Centre, Gladstone Connect, and it runs from 11 o'clock until 2 o'clock, and so there's a 2-course home-cooked lunch.
Yes, and tea, coffee and biscuits.
And tea,
Don't forget
coffee
that.
and biscuits.
And
The-
an entertainment, or it could be an entertainment, or it could be an activity that if they want to do this, they'll be given a choice if they would like to do this.
Okay. Now, it does cost a little to put this on, and
Yeah.
therefore, would people coming be expected to pay?
There is a £3 charge, and that includes the 2-course meal, tea, coffee, and obviously the person that's going to come in to talk to them, or we've got somebody coming to do gentle chair exercises, or you know, whoever's going to come. There's the flower arranging, which they might like, and there's going to be, obviously when the weather's nice, there's going to be gardening, and maybe cooking classes. Yeah, they can do some cooking together.
And we might even be arranging flowers that we've grown here
Yeah,
at the Iqbal Centre
Yeah.
in the little park outside.
that would be lovely. We can work in partnership.
Yep. And we have some edible beds as well, where we're growing various foods that we could pick.
Yeah, that would be really good.
You've put on here pottery and craft activities. My only remembrance of pottery is it's incredibly messy, and it gets all over the place, including all up my arms and sleeves and everywhere.
Yeah, it's all about having fun, forgetting everything, and just getting involved in it so much that everybody's creating something, and then they're just so happy talking to each other, communicating, and trying to create something, and which takes their mind off a lot of things. Yeah.
Well, I can
quite
make a link between someone I interviewed here last week from Peterborough Presents, talking about the Millfield link,
Okay.
but also talking about bringing creative arts into the community.
Wow.
So there's a real opportunity for Peterborough Presents
Yeah.
to come and support your friendship club here.
I said there's all of that to come, but first of all we need to get people here, get the group going, and then we can look at all of these different things that people can come in and do different activities, lots of different things. There's a lot lined up, but the main priority is just to advertise this friendship club and to actually get people in.
Yeah. You just want to know that you've got a core of people to start and spread the word.
Yeah. And the name Amina Friendship Club, I think that will draw people in.
Amina Friendship Club.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. Yeah. So I realise this is a new role for you, but you seem really passionate about the target community and the opportunity that this is going to give them. But you've had the opportunity to visit some other friendship clubs.
Yes, I've had the opportunity to visit 2 of the friendship clubs in Peterborough. I visited one this morning in Whittlesea, and Age UK are doing a great work. Those groups are really busy, and those elderly people, they said they actually look forward to come to these groups and share lunch together, have a talk. So if they've got the entertainments booked and everything, but if somebody doesn't want to do something, it's fine. They keep each individual person in their mind, and if there's somebody they know that they want to enjoy this group activity, they'll probably organize something else for that person. They don't need to actually sit there and you have to do this. They don't. I've actually been to a day centre as well in Huntingdon, and they're doing a great work there as well. It's just so nice and rewarding being around those elderly people and listening to them, actually sitting with them, and maybe they don't have anybody to actually sit with them to listen to what they've got to say, to give them that time. So I am really looking forward for those ladies to come through, and they're going to be somebody who's going to be sitting here and actually listening to what they've got to say. And I know some people like to talk about their past and things that they used to do, and maybe they'll come up with something that they can actually do in these groups, a skill that they've got that they can teach other ladies. So that would be really nice.
Did you hear any particularly good stories from people that you met?
Some nice and some funny ones as well, but you know what these elderly people are like. They just specific about something, and they want to talk about it, which is quite nice. They want I had an elderly couple in Huntingdon Day Centre, and they were talking about something like, and we did a little quiz with them, and they wouldn't agree to the false and true question that we asked. They said which was true, and they're like, no, it's false, because we know, we were there in that time. So it was quite nice. It was like a little debate, and they were like talking to each other, which was quite nice. And so we're hoping, I know obviously our Asian ladies, they're not into quizzes and things like that, but that's why I've got different activities lined up for them. And the things that we can talk about, or the activities we can do, are going to be totally different.
Did you learn about other activities that people were doing in those other friendship clubs?
Mainly when I visited those groups, friendship groups, they were having their lunches.
Yes.
And I didn't stay there too long to see what activities, but I've seen the programs that they have lined up, and they mainly have singers, different entertainment, guest speakers, for them to talk about something. But those elderly people have actually done something in their life. They've been out and about, they've worked, they've had education, whereas our elderly Asian ladies, they've not done any of that. They've just stayed home, cooked, cleaned, looked after their family. So I think this is the time to give something back to them. They need to come out of their house, socialize with other ladies and make friends and actually take it forward from there. Yeah.
That's really significant part of, I think, the Asian culture that we've come to recognise and love of, and there was an old English saying about a woman's place in the home being the place where the home is made.
Yeah.
But if the home then starts to become a bit of a prison in older life, when the family's been brought up and cared for and they've gone on their way.
Yeah, and obviously it's not fair on that person, because they've done that all of their life. They've looked after, they've done everything, and everybody's gone on their own way, and nobody's actually thought about that person. You know, that person actually feels isolated. They've got nobody to talk to, no one's there to listen to them. Yeah, so it's sad, but we are doing something, you know, for those people, and and obviously the fact that this is specifically for those Asian people in the community, I hope it be successful.
I wonder if you might have a message for any Asian men who are listening about how this should be encouraged, and how any women that they're aware of should be encouraged to come.
I think the men would be happy. And I would encourage. Well, obviously, I would request them to encourage their elderly, whoever, if they know of a neighbour or a family member, to come. Or actually, what they can do is they can drop them off, pick them up if they wanna, if they want them to come. But I would encourage those Asian men as well to actually, make their elderly people come through and enjoy some time.
Dropping them off, picking them up actually raises an important question. If somebody is disabled or is a little frail and can't walk very far, then it is important that we find ways of allowing them to be able to come and get home again safely.
Yeah, that's fine. We are here to help. If somebody's here, we've got volunteers. They can help to get them off their vehicles and get them back on there. That's what we're here for. We are here to help them in whatever they need. So.
Wonderful. Well, I wish you really great success. Monday the 7th of October is going to be the day. I hope you come back in a few weeks' time to tell us how well it's going and how many people are regularly coming and wanting to come back again.
I hope that too.
Now, I think we should carry on Salaam Radio social media information about how people can find out about this.
Yeah.
So they can contact Age UK.
I've got a few posters that I can leave here. And also I will be going round to the local shops. I'll even give a poster to the local mosques as well. And maybe to the GP surgeries. Anywhere where I can find, this can be promoted, and I would request all the listeners that are listening to this show, please promote this group.
Indeed. Where else can we think? Pharmacies.
Yeah.
A good place to people go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Post office on Taverners Road, all sorts of places.
Yeah, lots
like
of different places, and obviously we have in this community there's lots of religious ladies gatherings, so I can just take the posters there as well. People can encourage.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's also a helpline that Peterborough and Cambridgeshire Age UK offer. That's 0300 666 9860. 0300 666 9860. And that's open Monday to Friday from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. And of course you can find the Cambridgeshire and Peterborough Age UK on the internet. But we'll carry that link in the Salaam Radio Facebook page. We've been talking about friendship clubs already existing in the Peterborough area. I thought I would just share with us in our final minute where those all are. Apparently there are friendship clubs in Orton, Warrington, Stanground, Bretton, Clinton, Paston and Gunthorpe, Thorney, City East, Central, Netherton and Whittlesea. So it's a fantastic service. A lot of people are being reached, but we do know from local research that there are people in need, and what a fantastic friendship club this is going to be for our Asian ladies.
I hope so.
Thank you. Shugufta Malik, Friendship Club Co-ordinator for Age UK Peterborough.
That's right.
Thank you for joining me tonight.
Thank you very much for having me here.
Okay. Now, do stay tuned to meet our next guest and learn more about Peterborough life and how people are working across the city to improve Peterborough for everyone. But until that, let me just remind you again of the Amina Friendship Club starting on Monday the 7th of October at the Allama Iqbal Centre here, 157 Cromwell Road. There is no need to book, just come along, bring your little donation of £3, great 2-course home-cooked lunch, tea, coffee and biscuits, and a choice of activities.
You're listening to Salaam Radio, and it's now time for Asr Azan. This Azan is sponsored by UK Islamic Mission, serving humanity since 1962.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله
الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم وبارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم رب هذه الدعوة التامة والصلاة القائمة آت محمدا الوسيلة والفضيلة وابعثه مقاما محمودا الذي وعدته. اللهم آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. اللهم بك نحيا وبك نموت وإليك المصير. رضينا بالله ربا وبالإسلام دينا وبمحمد صلى الله
This
عليه
azan is
وسلم.
sponsored by UK Islamic Mission, serving humanity since 1962.
Broadcasting 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. This is Salaam Radio.
And welcome back to Salaam Radio on 106.2 FM. Welcome back to Salaam Radio on 106.2 FM and online at salamradio.co.uk. This is Adrian Holdstock, presenting Community Matters, the radio show for all communities in Peterborough and beyond. My second guest tonight we're trying to reach on the telephone. She is Camille Rhodes, and we wanted to talk to her about prostate cancer. We'll just see if she can come on the phone any moment now. But I do have a little bit of background information to share. Last year, Camille organised the first March for Men in the east of England to raise awareness and vital funds for Prostate Cancer UK. Do you know, it's the second biggest killer in men after suicide. Camille says that her husband was diagnosed at only 43. And sadly her uncle passed away from the disease too. And that is what led her to do something positive for men and families across our region. She's the only female in her household. She lives with her son and husband and thought it was right to make a stand and help men get a voice to raise awareness. There was no march for men like on the women's side. There's something called Race for Life for breast cancer. So nothing for men at all, and Camille had to travel to London or Birmingham or Leeds to take part. So that's when she decided that the east of England is a huge area and we should have one right here. And she also wanted to organise an event where we can celebrate the love and lives of men, past, present and future, because, as she says, speaking as a woman, our men matter too. And the event is coming back to Peterborough very soon. In fact, on Sunday the 6th of October at Ferry Meadows. And we're trying to promote that to support Camille and to support the scourge of prostate cancer. I wonder if you've ever thought about it or known someone who's lived with prostate cancer, or even, very much more sadly, has developed a more aggressive form and died from prostate cancer. Last year, when March for Men took place, it got captured on ITV News. And this year, we're still looking for people to come and join in the march and raise awareness, as well as raising funds, having fun in Ferry Meadows. The fundraising and the raising awareness is meant to help Prostate Cancer UK to support men and their families and to have better choices. Hopefully Prostate Cancer UK can invest in more research to find better ways to diagnose, treat, prevent and introduce a screening programme that support men with prostate cancer or who are at risk. And now I'm getting a suggestion that I think we have Camille on the phone now. Are you there? Hello? I'm not hearing you. Camille, hello.
Hi, sorry for the wait. I know you was waiting. Sorry about that.
Well, thank you. Thank you for joining us. I've just been explaining the March for Men and how you're planning the event this year, having had a first success for the East of England last year. So what have you got coming up? It's on Sunday the 6th of October.
That's correct, yeah. It's Sunday the 6th of October down at Ferry Meadows in Peterborough. It's very much a family-orientated event. As we know, cancer does affect the whole family. That's why it's really important to make sure everybody's involved. It is a 2.5k, 5k and 10k walk, run, crawl, however you wish to tackle it. And also it's very much, if you have doggies, bring your doggies down, do the walk with your dogs, as it's a lovely country park, and then after the event the doggies can take part in a nice relaxed fun dog show as well, so you can have who's got the cutest pooch and whose dog looks most like its owner, and just a little bit of fun as well to raise some more money.
Now, I haven't picked up what time it is.
So people need to arrive for 9 o'clock to do their registration, collect their T-shirts, and then once they've registered, they can go around. There'll be stalls there so people can buy things. There's food vendors, there'll be a bar, there's going to be some fun fair, there'll be a healing hut. So you can go and grab yourself 10 minutes of Indian head massage or reflexology, kinesiology, or even some energy healing before the event. Get yourself all your muscles nice and warmed up. And then the walk starts at 10:30. We'll do the 10k wave will go first, then the 5k, then the 2.5k. And then once everybody's back, the dog show will be at 2 o'clock. But there'll be lots there for spectators to go and, buy some early presents or birthday presents, Christmas presents, what have you, for people. But there's going to be lots going on this year, so hopefully it'll be a really good family positive event as well.
Yeah, I was just thinking it sounds like a really great day out for the whole family.
Definitely. Yeah, what the focus this year is about the holistic approach. The last year it was just a 2.5k and 5k walk. Did really well. We had quite a few hundred people turn up, and we raised over £17,000, which was amazing. Totally surpassed anything we ever expected for the first event in Peterborough. Excuse me. But we realised that not everybody is on social media. So we want to really reach out to all the different communities, different faiths, different races, because we know that prostate cancer, it doesn't discriminate at all. It doesn't care if you're tall, if you're short, if you're black, if you're white, if you're Asian, if you're Christian, Hindu, Sikh, Muslim, it doesn't care. So that's why I'm really trying to reach out to all the communities to come together and do this walk, because, ladies, I feel, are fantastic at getting together, talking, supporting each other, focusing on their health. But gentlemen, they are a lot more reserved. They don't talk about their health, especially that area of the body. And they're not so quick to go to the GP. And, this is why I started fundraising after my husband was diagnosed at 43, and I did actually lose my uncle's prostate cancer. So for me, it's something that I'm very passionate about, and I am very much there to support ladies in helping them to support their gentlemen. We need to really get people talking about prostate cancer, talking about their health, not being scared to talk about that area of the body. If you go to the GP, if you find out what's going on, if you find out what your choices are, if you find out you do have it, and people need to know more and be more educated, and I'm really trying to reach out to the communities to come along, find out more information, and hopefully then we can make a really big difference to the next generation, the generation, my son, our future men out there.
I guess one of the challenges that men will think is, I don't feel at all ill, and the GPs are already overworked. I'm just going to waste their time if I go along and talk about prostate cancer.
Yeah, not at all. At the end of the day, it is your body. You have a right. Ladies, we go and get checks all the time, and men should feel comfortable to go and have that. And the thing is, with prostate cancer, there isn't that many symptoms. So, if you're a white gentleman, it's 1 in 8. If you're a mixed race or black gentleman, it's the chances go up by double. It goes to 1 in 4. And I believe the stats that I've recently got back from prostate cancer is if you're an Asian gentleman, it's 1 in 13. But everyone should have that choice to go and to get checks, especially if your mum or your sister has had breast cancer, your chances are actually higher. And if your father has had prostate cancer, again, your chances are higher. So it is good to always go and have that conversation. If you have any doubts, go and see your GP.
So there's something proven about it running in families or running through the gene pool from men to men or even mothers to sons?
Yeah, that they say that, like I said, if your father has had it, you have more chance. And if your mum or sister has had breast cancer, you have more chance of being affected by it. So yeah, it's definitely worth going and being checked.
But I think we would also want to say, even if there is no history of cancer anywhere in the family, it is still something for men to get checked out.
Definitely.
And from your husband's experience, 43 strikes me as a young age.
Yeah.
I'm thinking prostate cancer is something that happens to men in their 60s and 70s.
Exactly. This is the thing that most people think, and since he was diagnosed, I've been on forums and things like that. I found there is a lot more gentlemen that I've met now that have been like 41 and even 39 and things like that. So it's not an older gentleman's disease that everybody thinks. Yes, more gentlemen are over 50 that have it, but there are still a lot younger guys that are getting it.
I suppose another fear that men would have is the unpleasantness of the examination when they go to the GP.
The start of it would be to go and have a PSA. So a PSA is an injection, a blood test, so they go and have that done. And one of the things that I'm trying to campaign for is to raise more money, raise more awareness, so that we can get a better system in place for gentlemen. So if we can get a proper screening program put in place, like ladies have for breast cancer. But yeah, for guys, initially at the moment, it's to go to your GP, have that chat, have the blood test done, have the PSA, and then from the PSA, they would then go on and have maybe the rectal exam. And I think this is the thing that we need to try and help gentlemen with, that, don't be so fearful, because this could potentially save your life. It is a very difficult subject to raise with a lot of guys, and this is why I want to try and help guys start to talk about it, because I think once people are talking and educated more, and they realise it's not as bad as they really think, you've really got to think about the end thing. You've got to think about saving your life and making sure that everything's okay. Yes, it might be a little bit embarrassing, but it's done very, very quickly. And, ladies go through things which are very embarrassing all the time, having babies and having lots of people there, and we have our smear tests and things like that regular. But yeah, it's embarrassing, but it could potentially save your life. So we have to look at the bigger picture, really.
So I think us men, and I'm one of them, need to be grown up about this.
You just need to be more educated, really, and try and get over that fear of having that little exam, and realise that, yes, it could potentially save your life, and that's the main thing. There are lots of things we do in our lives that we don't enjoy, we don't like, but we do them. And if it's one little thing like this that could potentially save your life and maybe other people's in your family, because, you could find out that it could be running in your family, it's something that needs to be done. So the main thing is to get the awareness and get the education out there so people aren't so scared to go to the GP.
Such an important message. And prostate cancer isn't preventable, but if it's caught early, it is curable. Is that right?
There's definitely lots of treatments out there, and more men live with prostate cancer these days, because there are so many treatments that are coming out, and there are lots of men that live with it every day. And, you walk past in the street and you wouldn't have a clue, and they're living quite happy lives, But as far as curable, I'm not an expert by any means. I don't know if the word curable can even be, can say that, but definitely people are getting very good treatments. But the main thing is for me is to try and get people to come down, do the walk, find out the information. The Prostate Cancer UK will be coming up from London. There will be lots of information that people can take away with them. There will be specialist nurses there that they can get advice from. So, come down. It's only £10 to register. You get your March for Men T-shirt and you get your medal. It's open for the whole family. Under 5s are free. And yeah, like I said, it's very much a family-focused event. And we're hoping to have lots of different things going on in the day, sort of like will service. Lots of people don't sort of like take time off to go and sort out their wills. But if they come to the event, hopefully they'll be able to go and talk to somebody about the financial side and things like that as well. And we'll be having some little sporting activities. So there's lots of things happening on the day.
Gosh, so keep Sunday the 6th of October free. It's a bit of an early start. Do you have to book before the day, or can you just turn up and register?
It's preferred to book before the date, because that way we know numbers, and I do need to send off the order to prostate cancer of how many medals and how many T-shirts. Otherwise people will turn up and they won't have a medal or a T-shirt. So yes, preferably to go on to Eventbrite and put in East of England March for Men, and they'll be able to book online. But people can turn up on the day, but it would be better for us for numbers and obviously crowds and safety to know how many numbers we're having.
So that's an important website to find. Eventbrite offers all sorts of free bookings for different activities, and the content to put in when you go to Eventbrite is to search for East of England March for Men.
That is correct.
And that will enable you to book, and it's free on Eventbrite to register, but that will then give you the numbers that are coming. And then when people come on the day, registration opens at 9 a.m. and it's
£10 to register for the event.
Yeah. Wonderful. Gosh. How many people came last year?
268 people registered last year, and we had about 350 people at the event, and over £17,000 raised for the charity. So yeah, well done, Peterborough.
And how many are you expecting this year?
Oh, you can't put me on the spot like that. I don't know. I really don't know. So that's why we need everybody to get onto Eventbrite, book your tickets for £10. £10 is a very cheap charity ticket, considering you're getting your T-shirt and your medal. So yeah, I know there are people that spend a lot more when they go out for the day. So yeah, and it's for a fantastic cause. So hopefully we can match that, if not double that, this year.
Well, my guess is there are around about 100,000 men in Peterborough. I mean, the population of Peterborough is about 200,000.
That's a lot of people.
So you could find your 300 goes up considerably this year.
Well, I hope so, because that means that we'll have spread an awful lot of awareness to families, and hopefully, we'll be doing some really good work supporting a lot of families across the region.
When you went, you said that previously you had to go to other cities to get involved with March for Men.
That's right, yeah.
What were your experiences there?
I went to the one in Nottingham. It was it was really nice. I mean, I went on my own, and I met up with lots of gentlemen who were also there on their own, and it was really nice hearing different people's stories, how, you know, what their journeys was like, and how people came together and were really supporting each other around the walk, but had never met each other. And that was something I was hoping to obviously bring to our event, and that definitely happened last year, seeing people talking to each other and supporting each other. So it was really, really lovely.
I suppose what's happening is that people are looking around and thinking, we have something in common.
Yeah.
We're prepared. We might be living with prostate cancer in our family, or we might have lost somebody to prostate cancer, or we might just be trying to find out more and summon up the courage to go to the GP. But at least we've got prostate cancer on our mind.
Having the March for Men in Peterborough is really important, because there are so many people that feel isolated and feel alone, and there were a lot of people that came out on their own last year, like just with their dog, just walking their dog in the park and feeling that they were doing something positive. And at the end of the event, you know, they'd met other people that were also going through the same thing, and it made them realise that they weren't alone and that they could speak to somebody else. So having something like this is so important. It really helps people.
It's wonderful. Camille, thank you so much for all you've done, the encouragement that you've given. And I know it was born out of tragedy, the loss of your uncle and the discovery your husband had to be treated for prostate cancer. But you've put so much back into our human life by promoting this.
The thing is, you know, when you have a son, it makes you realise that you don't want that kind of future for them. So if I don't do something and I don't step forward and be that voice for him and my husband, who's going to be? So that's why I'm doing it. I'm doing that for all of the families out there, all the men, and hopefully, you know, we can have an event here in Peterborough that, you know, goes right out to the rest of the east of England to celebrate the lives and loves of the men we love, past, present, you know, past, present and future. And hopefully we can do something really positive here. You know?
That's marvellous, Camille. Thank you so very much. Camille Rhodes, the March of Men on Sunday, the 6th of October. Is there a final word you'd like to share to encourage hundreds to come to that event? What would you like to say?
I would just like to say, you know, thank you, for listening, but come out. We all have somebody, a male in our lives that we love and we care about, and if you could imagine them having this, it would be, you know, an awful thing. So come out, get the education that we all need, get the awareness, find out the facts, and come and support and bring your pennies, and let's make a real difference and put Peterborough on the map for something really positive for men and prostate cancer.
Well said indeed. Camille Rhodes for the March of Men, Sunday 6th of October, prostate cancer awareness and raising funds for Prostate Cancer UK. Thank you very much for joining me on Salaam Radio. Goodbye now.
Thank you for having me. Bye-bye.
And just before we come to the end of our show, one or two events that are coming up. Learning life-saving CPR skills. How do you spot the symptoms of heart attack and arrest? How do you put somebody in a recovery position, safe from choking? Wouldn't you like local GPs to show you a free session for men and women at Faisana Medina Mosque on Saturday the 28th September after the Zuhr prayer at 2 p.m. and there's refreshments as well. What a great opportunity to learn how to save somebody's life through knowing how to do CPR. And then on Sunday the 29th of September from 4 to 7 here at the Iqbal Centre is a topic I've never ever come across before. It's called Introduction to Therapeutic Plants. And we've got a medical herbalist, Nicola Fenton, coming to give a free introduction to the therapeutic properties of plants. And you begin to explore the medical uses of a few plants. And then, on Wednesday the 2nd of October, from 4:30 to 7:30, again here at the Iqbal Centre, an introduction to outdoor cooking. I do hope the weather's going to be good then. And that's a free course on the 2nd of October, 4:30 p.m. And now we're coming to the end of our show. Thank you to Camille Rhodes for the March for Men on Sunday the 6th of October. And of course, thank you to our earlier guest, Shugufta Malik, of Friendship Club co-ordinator at Age UK. That's all we have time for tonight. You are the community that matters wherever you are, and we'd like everybody to be a community that lives in peace and harmony. So from me, Adrian Holdstock, Salaam, Shalom, Namaste, and the peace of God to you all. Good night.
Stay tuned to Salaam Radio after this short ad break.
It doesn't take much to bring some difference. You give some change, which makes a change. Because nothing gets mileage like a charity.